The John Denver mystery has finally been solved, and it isn't good. Born Henry John Deutschendorf Jr. on December 31st, 1943, in Roswell, New Mexico, John Denver was raised in a military family, with his father serving as a U.S. Air Force pilot. His childhood was nomadic, marked by frequent moves that left him with a lasting sense of rootlessness but also a profound appreciation for America's vast natural beauty, both of which would later shape his music. Denver's love for music began early when his grandmother gifted him his first guitar at age 11. That simple gesture changed his life. Inspired by Elvis Presley and 1960s folk musicians, Denver found his voice while studying at Texas Tech University. Eventually, he moved to Los Angeles to chase his musical dreams, adopting the stage name Denver in tribute to Colorado's capital, a state he loved deeply. His breakthrough came in 1969 when he penned Leaving on a Jet Plane, which became a massive hit for Peter, Paul, and Mary, propelling him into the spotlight. During the 1970s, Denver rose to international fame with a string of hits like Take Me Home, Country Roads, Annie's Song, Rocky Mountain High, and Sunshine on My Shoulders. His warm tenor, acoustic style, and heartfelt lyrics capture the essence of American landscapes and emotions, blending folk, country, and pop into a signature sound that made him one of the most beloved artists of the era. But Denver was more than just a singer-songwriter. He ventured into acting with memorable success, most notably in the 1977 film *O, God*, alongside George Burns. The film was a commercial hit and showcased Denver's natural charm and sincerity, endearing him to even broader audiences. He also appeared in numerous TV specials throughout the 70s and 80s, further solidifying his place in American pop culture. Even as a commercial peak faded, Denver continued recording into the 1990s, his work increasingly shaped by his passion for environmental causes. A fierce advocate for nature, he used his platform to speak out on conservation, sustainability, and ecological responsibility. Denver also passionately supported space exploration, promoting funding for NASA and inspiring public enthusiasm for scientific discovery. He wasn't afraid to stand up for what he believed in. Denver testified before Congress against music censorship, defending artistic freedom and the power of honest expression. These political and social stands revealed a principled man, deeply committed to justice and the role of music in inspiring change. One of the deepest constants in his life was his love for Colorado. Settling in Aspen, he found solace and inspiration in the Rockies, which fueled some of his most iconic songs. In 1974, he was named Colorado's official poet laureate, and in 2007, Rocky Mountain High was adopted as one of the state's 2 official songs. Similarly, Take Me Home, Country Roads became a symbolic anthem for West Virginia, so beloved that in 2014, the state formally honored the song for its deep resonance with its people. John Denver's music transcended borders, politics, and genres, touching lives with sincerity, optimism, and reverence for the natural world. But behind the gentle melodies and wholesome persona was a man far more complex, and the story of his tragic end would reveal darker truths that challenged everything fans thought they knew about him. John Denver's song being adopted as one of West Virginia's official state songs further cemented his enduring legacy in American music and culture. But Denver was more than just a beloved musician. He was a passionate advocate for environmental protection and humanitarian causes. He used his fame as a platform to raise awareness about conservation, world hunger, and peace. In the 1970s and 1980s, he founded the WinStar Foundation, an organization dedicated to environmental education and sustainability. He also served as a spokesman for UNICEF, working tirelessly on behalf of global humanitarian efforts. His music frequently echoed his ideals, celebrating nature, promoting love and unity, and urging listeners to take care of the planet. Denver's magnetic presence went beyond the recording studio. He became a popular television personality, hosting specials like the John Denver Special *, where his warm demeanor and authentic connection with audiences shone brightly. He even ventured into acting, appearing in several films and TV shows, showcasing his versatility and broad appeal. John Denver's personal life was closely tied to his artistic inspiration. He married Annie Martell in 1967, a woman from St. Peter, Minnesota, who became not just his partner but also his muse. Annie played a pivotal role in Denver's early career, grounding him emotionally during his rise to fame. Their love inspired Annie's song, a tender ballad he wrote in just 10 minutes while sitting on a ski lift in Colorado, a moment that captured the essence of their relationship and Denver's profound connection to nature. From 1968 to 1971, the couple lived in Edina, Minnesota, before Denver's career drew him more deeply into the mountains he loved. A camping trip with Annie and friends inspired Rocky Mountain High, solidifying Denver's identity as a musical voice of the wilderness. That same passion led him to purchase a home in Aspen, Colorado, a place he called home for the rest of his life. Aspen became a personal sanctuary, offering peace and inspiration away from the spotlight. Together, John and Annie adopted 2 children, Zachary, John, and Anna Kate. Denver often described their adoption as destiny, saying they were meant to be part of the family. His identity as a father became a core part of his legacy. He once said, "I'll tell you the best thing about me. I'm some guy's dad. I'm some little gal's dad. When I die, Zachary, John, and Anna Kate's father. Boy, that's enough for me to be remembered by. That's more than enough." His song A Baby Just Like You, originally written for Frank Sinatra, included the tender line Merry Christmas, Little Zachary, adding a deeply personal touch to his catalog. Despite the deep love they shared, John and Annie's marriage ended in 1982. The pressures of Denver's skyrocketing fame made it difficult to maintain intimacy and stability. In the documentary John Denver, Country Boy he admitted that the demands of his career had driven them apart. Annie later reflected that they were simply too young and unprepared for the dramatic lifestyle changes fame brought. Their divorce was marked by a particularly memorable and painful act. Denver, in a symbolic gesture of finality, saw their marital bed in half with a chainsaw, highlighting both the heartbreak and complexity of his personality. Years later, Denver remarried. In 1988, he wed Australian actress Cassandra Delaney after a 2-year courtship. They moved into his Aspen home and had a daughter, Jezebel. Although the marriage started with hope, it quickly unraveled. The couple separated in 1991 and finalized a divorce in 1993. Denver's reflections on the relationship were candid and tinged with bitterness. He once remarked that before the divorce, Cassandra managed to make a fool of me from one end of the valley to the other, revealing the emotional toll and turmoil he endured during that chapter of his life. The painful side of John Denver's private life stood in stark contrast to the gentle, nature-loving public persona he carefully cultivated through his music. For decades, the sudden and tragic death of the beloved singer-songwriter remained clouded in confusion, speculation, and unanswered questions. Fans and observers alike were left wondering what truly happened on that fateful day in October 1997, when the voice behind timeless hits like Take Me Home, Country Roads and Annie's song was silenced in a devastating plane crash. Now, after years of investigation, insider revelations, and careful analysis, the mystery has finally been solved. But the truth, as it turns out, is far more unsettling than anyone could have anticipated. Denver, an accomplished pilot, was flying his experimental aircraft, the Rutan-Long EZ, on October 12, 1997, when something went terribly wrong. At first, official reports cited either pilot error or mechanical failure. However, deeper investigations revealed that the fuel selector valve was in the wrong position, causing fuel starvation and ultimately engine failure. This led to the fatal crash into the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California. What made the tragedy even more devastating was the discovery of deeper systemic issues. The aircraft itself had design flaws that were poorly documented, and its safety features were inadequate. Denver had reportedly voiced concerns about the plane's fuel system before the flight, but no meaningful repairs or guidance had been provided. This negligence from the manufacturer and lack of regulatory oversight played a significant role in the crash, suggesting that the accident was not just a personal misjudgment, but a failure of accountability across the aviation sector. Beyond the technical failures, the tragedy also opened a window into John Denver's personal life. Despite his public image as a cheerful troubadour and tireless environmental advocate, Denver was privately battling emotional distress, the weight of fame, and the fallout from difficult relationships, particularly the scars left by a turbulent divorce. Some reports hinted at bouts of depression and intense personal stress, which may have impacted his judgment that day. While there has been speculation about possible substance abuse, no concrete evidence has ever confirmed drugs or alcohol played a role in the accident. Ultimately, the crash appears to have been the result of a tragic convergence of mechanical failure and human vulnerability. It's a revelation that complicates Denver's legacy. For many fans, it adds a bittersweet layer to the image of a man who seemed to live in harmony with nature and the world around him. Knowing that overlooked warnings and preventable technical issues contributed to his death casts a shadow over the idealized narrative. Critics argue that the tragedy might have been averted with better training, improved equipment, or stricter oversight, raising uncomfortable but necessary questions about responsibility in the aviation community. The resolution of the John Denver mystery serves as a powerful cautionary tale. For fans, it is a reminder that no amount of fame or talent can shield a person from life's harsh realities. For pilots and the broader aviation industry, it underscores the urgent need for rigorous safety standards, transparent communication about risks, and comprehensive pilot education, especially for those operating experimental or home-built aircraft. In recent years, Denver's story has inspired renewed efforts to improve pilot safety and increase oversight of light aircraft, ensuring that its tragic end is not repeated. These hard-learned lessons have become a legacy of their own, transforming pain into purpose and honoring Denver's memory by working to protect others from a similar fate.